Hi, and welcome to the library. My name is Sarah, and today we're going to be making some masks out of paper plates. Now, to find the instructions for today's craft, you can head here to this QR code, which will take you to our online crafting page on our website. There you'll find instructions for today's craft, as well as videos from previous crafts and their instructions as well. So you'll have lots of ideas of things you can make at home. Now, for today's craft, we're going to need a few supplies. We're going to need a ruler, we're going to need some scissors, some glue, some tape, so normal tape or masking tape, whichever you prefer, a pencil and some crayons. Now, I have a marker on my table here because I want to be able to show you what to draw, but at home you just use a pencil because that way you won't see any of your marks, okay? Also, you're going to need some supplies. So if you were lucky enough to come into the library this week, you would have picked up a craft pack from the library. If you haven't been able to get into the library, no worries. Everything we need for today's craft you can find at the grocery store, at the reject shop, or any store around the place that has sort of crafting supplies. So inside our craft kit, we've got a couple of games for you to play. We've got a little chatterbox for you to make and a little snakes and ladders game to cut out the tokens and make up the dice. And your little chatterbox will look like this when you make it. And we've got the supplies for today's craft. You've got 2 paper plates, so you'll be able to make 2 masks. You'll find 3 pieces of coloured paper to use with your supplies, and you're going to find a bag of bits. So the bag of bits is our inspiration, so it has all sorts of different things in there for you to make all sorts of different types of masks. So let's have a look to see what's in our one. We have 2 pieces of elastic, one for each mask, so we'll pop them on there. We have a couple of feathers. Now you can use these feathers to make a bird mask, like this one here. You might use them to make some fuzzy eyebrows or a really funny looking beard. So lots of ideas for feathers. We've got a couple of pipe cleaners. Now pipe cleaners are lots of fun. You can make lots of things with pipe cleaners. You can make some whiskers, so you could be a cat or a mouse. You could have some twirly antennas, like this alien buggy mask right here. Or you could do a unibrow. All sorts of different things you can do with a pipe cleaner. We've also got some crepe paper here like that, so we can make some hair or, what else could you make with pipe cleaner? Oh, a mane for lion mask. And we've also included a couple of crayons. So you'll need crayons for the first part of the mask making. So we just thought maybe not everyone has crayons, so we've added a couple of crayons in there as well. Okay, so let's get making. So I'll put aside the other paper plate because I won't need that for this mask. And what kind of mask am I going to make? Well, I think I want to make a person mask. So here we go, look at this. So I was aiming for a person, but a friend of mine said it looks a little bit more like a troll. So you could use this technique to make a troll mask or a monster mask or a person mask or an elf or anything you like. So let's pop that one there. Okay, so I'll put my string to the side. Now first I'm going to have to measure the mask to my face to work out where the eyes and the nose are going to go. So I'm just going to pop my glasses off because I've got to press the paper plate up to my face. So I'll pop them to the side and I'm going to pop the paper plate over my face, and with my crayon I'm going to mark out where my eyes are and where my nose ends. So you might like to get your grown-up to help you do that, or your older brother or sister. So let's turn this over. Oh, there we go. We've got a mark where our 2 eyes are and our nose. So I'm going to draw an eye shape around that mark. So there we go, an eye shape there and an eye shape there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my marker to outline that shape so it shows up on camera. There we go. So there's our eye shapes masked out. Now we're going to mark out where our nose is. So we're going to do a nose flap. So we're going to go from the bridge of the nose down, around the bottom, and up to the top. Like so. There we go. And now we need 4 more marks. We need marks at our temples, so this part of our forehead here, and we need marks at the tips of our chin, on either side of our chin. So we're going to do a line on my chin, like so, and a line on my forehead, like so. So there's my marks. So we're going to cut those out now. So remember, scissors are sharp, so if you're little, you might like to get a grown-up to help you with that. So the marks on the forehead and the chin, we're just going to cut a straight line like that. And straight lines are pretty easy to cut and good for practicing. Okay, and so now I need to cut out my eye shapes and cut around my nose shape. Now, to make it easier, I'm going to do a fold in my plate and do a little snip at the bottom of the eye and do the other eye the same way. So fold and snip. And then I'm going to do it at the bottom of the nose as well. Fold and snip. And that way I can get my pair of scissors into the plate and cut around my shape. So. Oh, noses are very tricky. There we go. And we'll cut around the eye hole. So. Okay, so we've cut out our eyes and our nose flap. So when I hold that up to my face, I can see and my nose can poke out so I don't squash my nose in the mask. Okay, now if you're going to make 2 masks, it might be a good idea to use this mask to trace around on your other mask so you don't have to measure your face again. So that's a good tip. All right, you know what? I have forgotten a very important tool, so I think we might have to use the power of editing. And look, we've got a stapler. You're going to need a stapler. Okay, so we're going to decorate our mask now. It's easier to decorate your mask while it's flat, and then once it's decorated, we can make it into the mask shape. So I'm going to get some flesh tone, and I'm going to colour in my mask. So you can make your skin whatever colour you can like. You can leave it white, you could do it green, you could do it blue, whatever you like. But I want my mask to look a little bit like a person. So do that there, over the nose, like so. I'm going to get some red and draw a mouth. What kind of mouth? I'm going to do a wide 3 for the top of the lip, and then join that up, and then join a big curve down the bottom for the bottom lip. And we'll colour that in. There we go. And I might give her some rosy cheeks as well. And then I'm going to use the black to outline the eyes and give her some eyelashes. So outline and those flicks at the end. And don't forget the eyebrows. I'm going to do. Because a lot of your expression is in your eyebrows. So them like that. Okay, so now I'm going to shape my mask. So I'm going to take the bottom cut here and I'm going to fold it underneath for about 1 centimetre, and then I'm going to staple that in place like that. And on the other side of the chin, fold it under and give it a staple. And that gives you your chin shape, so rounded chin. And then do the same for the forehead, like so. And staple. So I've got a rounded mask. Now I'm going to add a nose and some ears. So I'm going to grab my coloured paper, and I think I'm going to do an orange nose and chin this time. So I'm going to fold my piece of paper in half, like so. And so for my nose, I want to do the bridge of my nose, so that's the bit that comes from just between my eyes to the bottom. So we go like so. And then we need our nostril, which is this side of your nose. So that's a little semicircle shape. And then we need the ball of the nose, which is this little bit right at the tip. So we'll do a half circle into the fold. So that's that shape. So if I cut that out, we can get our nose shape. There you go. And if you're worried about making sure your nose is the right size, you can measure your nose with your finger and put that to your piece of paper, so that's about the right size. Or you can use a ruler and measure it using your ruler. So there's my nose shape. We'll pop that there like so. And now we need some poking out ears. So we're going to do 2 ears, so we'll do it on a folded piece of paper so they're the same size. And we need a tab to join it to our mask. And we need to make our ear shape. Now, ears come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. They can be round for a human shape, or you can make them pointed to be like a fantasy, like an elf or a wizard. I think I'm going to do some rounded ears, like so, with the earlobe down the bottom. So we'll cut those out. There we go, and there's my 2 ear shapes. So to decorate those, I'm going to grab my crayon and I'm going to draw a line just under that top curve, and then I'm going to do a swirly line down the side there. So if you want an idea of what you can draw inside of your ears, have a look at your grown-up's ears or your brother or sister's ears and see what that shape inside the ear looks like. Okay, and I might give her some green earrings. So I'll put some green dots in there, like that. Okay, let's join those to our mask. So we're going to fold down that little tab there, and we'll put some glue on there like so. And we want to stick that to the side of the face in line with your eyes. So you can see your eyes, your top of your ear is just in line with your eyes. So we'll pop that there like that on the side. There we go. And we'll do the same on the other side. Make sure they're even. And I'll just reinforce that with a little bit of sticky tape. There we go. And the same on the other side. Now for our nose, we're going to put a little bit of glue down the bridge of the nose here on that little flap. And we'll glue our nose to there. So we don't want to glue it to the face of the mask because we still want that to open up to let our real nose poke through. So there we go. and I'll add a little line at the top of that nose so everyone knows that it's a nose. All right, so last up, we're going to add some hair. So to do that, I'm going to use my crepe paper. So I am going to grab my scissors. Now, where did they go? Ah, there they are. It's important to keep your craft area tidy so you don't lose things. Okay, so we're going to open up one of the ends of the folds and we'll give that a snip, like so. So now I've got strips of crepe paper and I'm going to take a few of those and I'm going to fold them in half and cut strips up almost to the end of the fold. So here we go. Cut, 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 cut. Cut, 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 cut. Thin strips, they don't have to be all the same size. Random actually looks a little bit better because it looks more realistic. All right, so there's our hair. So there's the short hair. And then these ones I'm going to leave long and I'm going to cut along those almost to the end. So this is our long black hair. Now you can make your hair any length that you want. And once you've done your mask, you can also cut your hair shorter if you want to give it a haircut. That might be fun actually, to give your mask a haircut. All right, so cut, cut, cut. Do this one too. And last one. Okay, so we'll split those in half for either side of the head. I'm going to use my stapler to apply these, but you can also use some sticky tape or some glue to do that as well. So we'll just position a line of those just over the ear, like that. Grab our stapler and staple them in place, making sure you get your fingers out of the way first. So I'll put another line just a little bit higher, like that. And then on our other side, oops. So, fingers out of the way. And then this hair. Okay, now for our fringe, we'll get the short ones that we just cut and we'll position those along the top of the head. Like so. And there we go, there's our hair on our mask. Now the final thing to do is to add our string. So we'll pop our mask down like so, and I'm going to tie a big knot. So I'm going to tie a knot and then put the end of the string through that knot a few times. And then when I pull it tight, I'm going to get a pretty big knot at the end there. So I'll put that on my mask, about the same space where the eyes are, and I'm going to staple that in so that the top part of the staple or the bar of the staple is over the string. So that will hold it tightly in place. And then when we pull, that knot will stop it from coming undone. Now to measure it to my face, I'm going to hold up the mask and pull the string or the elastic around. Oh, it's a bit hard to do by yourself. You might have to get a grown-up to help. But around the back of my face, and that seems about right. So I'll tie another knot there. Or it'll be easier to do with my glasses on. There we go. So through a couple of times and pull tight. And I'll cut off the excess elastic and then staple that with the bar across the string. Pull that through. Okay, and there we have, messy hair, our paper plate mask. Now, if you're looking for other ideas of what to do with a paper plate, go to Google and Google paper plate crafts for kids. There are millions of different things you can make with a paper plate. It's a very versatile crafting tool. So thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you in the library. And if you want the instructions for today's craft again, you can go to this QR code and go to our online crafting page on our website. See you again soon. Bye.